What's happening in Houston? If you're a home buyer or a home seller or a potential home buyer, home seller, and you're curious what's gonna happen in 2026, is the market gonna really crash, or are interest rates finally gonna drop to levels that would make you wanna buy, make you wanna sell, make you wanna make a move? Is that gonna happen? I'm gonna tell you on this year, Ryan's real estate predictions for Houston. Here we go. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us on the channel. It's been a great year. We started this channel a little over 2 years ago. We finally hit 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for subscribing. If you haven't done so, take a minute, subscribe, like us, put the notification bell on, all those things you're supposed to do just so that we can interact with you. That's what we love to do. Our goal on this channel is to provide as much information to you as possible. So at the end of every year, I like to do a what are my predictions for 2026. I look at all the data sources. There's so much information from the news to real estate sources to so many places that give you news. I'm gonna put it all together to give you my predictions on what I think is gonna happen in the real estate market and specifically here in Houston. And today I've literally got 6 predictions that I'm gonna give you for next year. First off, let's start with the national versus local in Houston. One of the things that I love about being in Houston is we have a very stable market. The economy typically does well here in Houston, even when other parts of the country are suffering. If you read the news across the US, you would hear that there's a huge inventory problem. Well, the reality is here in Houston, that's not a problem. We have almost triple our inventory from the last 3 years, and we have the largest amount of new construction homes being built in the country. So inventory is really not an issue for us here. Now, you might not be able to find exactly what you like, what you want, but as far as actually the amount of listings and opportunities out there, there's plenty. That's very different from the national stage. Now, the rates are very similar to what you're hearing nationally, but when it comes to actually the inventory and some of the other factors, Houston's such a balanced economy, and that makes it great for us. All right, first prediction, number 1, which is the one most people know, mortgage rates. What's gonna happen? We have seen in 2025 rates bounce between 6 and 7%. There was a little bit of time in 2025 where we did go over 7% just a little bit compared to 2024. We went over 8%, but it has really been bouncing between 6 to 7%. Currently at this time, it's the new low for the last 2 years. It's the lowest rates that it's been, which is sitting right about a little bit above 6%. What's gonna happen in 2026? I believe we're gonna do the exact same game. There is a chance, and a small chance, that we could get below 6%. We do believe that once rates get below 6%, there's going to be a huge influx of buyers. That being said, interest rates, and from what all I'm seeing what the experts are saying, I don't think we're gonna see rates do anything dramatic until probably, and by probably meaning not to the end of Q4, and we probably won't see anything different than where we're at probably to the latter part of next year. If we get below 6%, it's probably not gonna happen until that time period. So if you're waiting, hoping for 4s, low 5s, I know you're not hoping for 3s, at least if you are, I hope you're not, because that's not happening again, probably in our lifetime. We probably won't see anything but still being in the 6s for next year. I'm gonna predict we may touch 5.9%, but we're not going below that. That's my prediction. That being said, prediction number 2, it will be the year of the buyers, and here's why. There's a recent study that came out that said 88% of the current prospective buyers right now are gonna buy a home next year. That is a lot of buyers that are coming in. Here's the reality. Lots of buyers been sitting on the sidelines, just waiting and waiting and waiting, hoping rates are gonna drop, and they have not done it to where they wanna be. I've had current clients who started looking when the rates were in the 3s and the 4s, and I was begging them to buy, but they waited. And then they saw rates go almost to 9%. It makes it really hard for that buyer to make a decision to buy a rate when they did see it at 3s and 4s. But the reality is, it's been like this enough and long enough time where buyers have just gone, this is the reality, I'm gonna buy. So I believe we're gonna see that. The NAR says that there's gonna be a 14% increase in transactions. I believe that's happening through the buyers that are finally giving in to where the rates are, that this is the new norm, and they're gonna jump into the game. All right, prediction number 3, home prices are going to fall dramatically, drop out of the bottom, everybody's gonna lose a ton of money. No, that's not my prediction. You hear a lot of that. You've heard many guys out there saying that there could be a real estate crash, but overall, here's the reality. I think home prices, there's predictions of it going up to 5% increase in prices. There's been predictions of it going below. You're losing a little bit. Here's the reality. In Houston, I think we're gonna see prices go up somewhere between 2 to 3%. So my prediction, I would say, is we're gonna see an increase in the sales price, average sales price in Houston go up 2.5%. Put me between 2 and a 3 officially, but that's probably where I think it's gonna land. With enough data on both sides, that's where I think. Let me give you the reasoning why I think that's gonna happen. It's because we had such a major appreciation in homes from pre-COVID through COVID, through the boom we had in 2020, 21, and 22, rose all this price. The average home in Houston appreciated 30% in that 3-year time period. That being said, there's too much equity in homes that people aren't just gonna bottom drop out all their prices and just sell it for whatever, or foreclose or whatever, which foreclosures tends to bring prices down. I don't think we're gonna see that. I think if someone needs to sell, they still have enough equity to be able to sell if they wanna do that. So, home prices predictions, 2.5% on average is what I think. I think we got more buyers re-entering the market, plus sellers finally seeing some of these rate locks means that demand is staying solid. And when we have an increase in buyers coming in the market, that should mean for sellers, you're gonna get a better price for your home. Even if it is only 2 or 3%, it's better than losing money. All right, prediction number 4. We're gonna see a continued increase in inventory. I would guess we're gonna see about a 20% year-over-year increase in inventory. And here's why I believe that. For the last 2 years, almost every month, compare 1 month to the previous month of the last year, we've seen almost 30 to 40%. We've got a lot of homes on the market, and if we have a lot of buyers entering the market, sellers are gonna see that, and they're gonna go, oh, it's a great time to sell my house. I'm gonna go list it, and I think the trend right now is more inventory. I think we're gonna continue that, but I think it's gonna die down a little bit for Houston, where we're not gonna increase another 30%. Again, by the way, we have the most homes that have ever been listed in Houston currently in the last quarter. So I think we might increase that a little bit more than where we're at, but I don't think it's gonna be this gradual amount. So I would guess somewhere between a 15 to 20% increase in inventory. All right, prediction number 5, I think investors are back in the market. So while I don't think rates are coming down, and I think prices are not expected to take this huge rise, I think a lot of investors have stayed out of the market, again, because rates have been higher. But a lot of people have cash to go. A lot of people have cash to put somewhere. The stock market is an all-time high. So I believe a lot of investors are gonna start looking for alternative ways to invest their money. I'm seeing this in our own business. We're getting a lot more calls about that. And I think for a lot of people, they're gonna wanna transition their money from maybe the stock market and into physical asset like real estate. I also think that you're gonna have a lot of people who decide to sell and take the money that they've made on the sale of their home, and maybe it's a downsizing move, and hey, we're gonna go invest in a couple of other properties. So I think the rental market is going to start moving a lot more. It's actually kind of been slow the last year or two with investments, but I do think we're gonna see the investors start coming back into the market. We're not gonna be in a full-on flips, and you're gonna be able to do this amazing cash flow, but I do think we're gonna see the investor market move a little bit better, and some more opportunities are gonna come up for you investors if that's something you're looking to do. All right, prediction number 5 is we're gonna see a really balanced market. I don't think we're gonna have a buyer market next year or a seller market. I think it's gonna be an extremely balanced market. The definition of a buyer's market, seller's market is all based on the amount of inventory. Currently, we're sitting at 4-5 months inventory in Houston. Once we get to 6 months, that is exactly a balanced market. Now, it's gonna depend on your neighborhood, the niche you're in, whatever, but for next year, I really do see us being in a balanced market. Based on the amount of inventory we have out there, based on the amount of buyers that are coming back in, I think we're gonna be in a very healthy, non-stressful, but a great market to be in, whether you're looking to sell or buy. The reality is the agents that actually embrace and utilize and figure out how to help bring technology into their business and to help their buyers and sellers and help the whole process in general, they're gonna be the ones that exceed in this industry. There you have it, my top 6 predictions on the real estate market here in Houston. Not anything big. Overall, it just feels like we're going to a very balanced, very optimistic market. I'm very excited about it. If we can do anything to help you out in your real estate journey, feel free to reach out to us. Here is our website address. Here's our phone number. We're putting it right here. Reach out, give us a call. Otherwise, Happy New Year's, everybody. From Ryan Adams with the Adams Group at Real. Have a great rest of your holiday, and we'll see you next year.